State of Decay, we well and truly have our backs against the wall to survive this toxic zombie wasteland. So why the bloody hell is Lily asking me to travel up a mountain to collect a trinket from her dead dad? But look, obviously I'm a good guy and it sort of does progress the story a little bit. So off I head in the slowest vehicle in gaming history. But if you've seen any of this series, you'll know that cars don't last particularly long. Oh shit. Well, I didn't want that car anyway. Admittedly, I wish that didn't happen so close to a horde. Okay, yep, they are coming. I thought they were running in the other direction. Time to go. Thankfully, there's a car right by here. Marcus, how the hell are you steering, bro? This car has no... Oh, hang on. He's using the force. His hands aren't touching the steering wheel. Fair enough. Didn't know Marcus was a Jedi. No disrespect, bruv. Bruv. Jesus Christ, I can't pull off a bruv. But like I just said, cars don't last very long in this series. Oh, hang on. I might not make this. Oh, shit. I then hit the floor harder than a hangover in your 30s, but strangely only take a smidge of damage. That certainly could have gone better. Thankfully for me, Marcus is an incredible rock climber. Sorry, what I mean is the developers obviously knew one moron would get stuck in the canyon, and they had to supply a convenient way out. But the problem is there's no cars this side of the river. It's like an Oxford counsellor's wet dream, and that is an incredibly niche reference, which I'm not even sure I 100% understand. So I get to the ranger station from the start of the game, but things have gone from bad to worse. And basically what that means is this has now turned into an infestation. But you know me by now, I always pack plenty of mollies. But apparently wooden doors and walls are flameproof. So after finishing it off the old-fashioned way, I move in to secure the area. But even though there's no zombies about, apparently the station is still not safe. I think it's the game's subtle way of telling me I need to fight a lad with big bones. But my general rule of thumb is not to go toe-to-toe with something that could swallow me whole. Interestingly, that's the same reason I'd never fight a feminist. With the area now secure, I head back inside, and we find a little plastic watch with a cartoon fish on it. What the actual fuck? So yeah, I've just risked my life for a piece of plastic tat. A piece of plastic tat for the bloody apocalypse Karen. Now I gotta traverse my way back to the other side of the bridge, but thankfully that just gives us more time to appreciate Marcus's excellent rock climbing skills. And fair play, climbing up these giant rocky steps is real hard work. Oh, this is not a good time to take a breather, Marcus, I'll be honest with you. Run, get to that fucking SUV, son. Thankfully, I escape and head south, and I meet up with Autumn at the auto shop. She wants a hand hunting a bloater, but in my experience, you don't hunt bloaters, bloaters hunt you. Here we go. Very effective, I feel. Next up, someone wants a hand hunted armored zombies, and I'm obviously more than happy to help out. Whee! Oh, this is gonna be a mistake, innit? Please roll, please roll. Yes! I think that's the first time that's ever happened, and I've never been so happy. This time it's Aiden that wants my assistance, but unfortunately my capture card glitches out and you don't get to see any of it. But how would you like a 1 minute 44 second still frame of him just stood there, eyes rolled into the back of his head like he's just found a used needle? But I promise I got the job done. As you can see, this isn't the sort of reaction you can just fake. There we go. Sick. After that, I climb a farmer's silo and have a look about for 5. And finding this many freaks makes Lily very happy for some reason. It's alright for her, she's not going to be the one who's going to be sent out to bloody fight them, is she? Lazy bitch. I mow down a couple of hordes like I'm an OAP following a sat-nav. I then head back to base, but I'm greeted with gunfire. Jesus Christ, guys. That's no way to greet me. I've been off working my bollocks off. I give Lily a watch back, but all she gives me is a polite thank you. This really is the death of capitalism. So after a quick stock up of resources, I head off to thin another horde, but don't get particularly far in the process. Oh, for Christ's sake. Yeah, my luck ran out there. So instead, I'm forced to head out in the old shagging wagon, but this type of sturdy chassis design makes it ideal for mowing down the unsuspected. Always a surprising term when I'm giving out murder advice to wannabe extremists. Moving very quickly on. I find a sack of building materials in this warehouse. I then turn it into an outpost as Lily's always moaning we haven't got enough. She then gets proper gaslighty.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm starting to suspect that Lily is the secret villain in this game. After that, I hear there's some trouble going on over at the courthouse, so I head over there to investigate. But unfortunately, the place is overrun. Both the sheriff and judge are dead, and I have the opportunity to save the last resemblance of society. But these bastards always seem to question my tactics. That's a significant amount of allies I just lost there. Pop a snack, that's always good in the middle of a fight. But before I can rejoin the fun, the mission completes, and they all ignore me like I didn't just save all of their whingy little asses. I can't even steal my own prize from their supply locker, as it's emptier than a drunken promise. I then gotta travel to a veterinary clinic to collect a bone saw for my construction project. Basically, I'm upgrading my infirmary, and health and safety standards state we can't complete construction unless we have the apparatus to potentially saw off a limb. And I have no idea why we'd find this at a vet's. I thought the only time an animal would lose a limb is when KFC want to deep fry it. Don't think so. No. Jesus Christ. Christ. Not for the first time today, my lungs have been filled with a sticky substance. I do find myself a bone sore and what looks like the remains of someone's cat. Damn, I'm gonna make sure to come back to this veterinary clinic again. It's not often you can find medical apparatus and lunch in one stop. So I make it an outpost and head to help out another one of my mates. This time it's the alcoholic Karen who wants to hunt a bloater. But unfortunately the game has wised up to my act. Really? That did not count? At least I remember to jump out this time. Oh, Karen, I'm so sorry, love. Like the anxiety-ridden bitch I am, I run away and let the woman fight all of my battles. Luckily for Karen, I save her about 3 seconds before she gets ripped into a million pieces. Oh, there we go. I saved Karen. Everyone clap me. Luckily, there's another bloater nearby, and then I can head back to base. Well, there I'm able to drop off the bone saw, so if anyone needs a limb amputating, I'm your guy, just give me a shout. And seeing as Marcus is fucking knackered, I swap to Ed. Lily, what are you cowering in my bedroom for? Yeah, you better walk away, woman. Ed is asked if he'd give this lad a little training session, and seeing as that went so well the last time I done it, I decide, yeah, why not? Past mistakes will not be repeated here. Unless, of course, we're talking about driving mistakes. In which case, those mistakes shall be repeated every 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, look, it landed perfectly. We batter one zombie and the game tells us to sneak to the next location. But I ain't sneaking anywhere, son. My car landed on all 4 wheels. It's obviously fate that I drive to the next location. The next lesson to teach him is shooting, but it's just like trying to behead Hydra. You shoot one with unsuppressed gunfire and 2 more just take their place. Even my mollies were powerless against the hordes. There was only one thing I could do. Yes, look, that was an effective use. Shit. But hey, at least Bryson learned a few things. They say students follow after their teachers, so I'd hate to see the war crimes Bryson will be committing later. But actually that would explain a few things that happened in my school, but that's probably a story for another time. I again get back to base and overhear a conversation between Lily and the doctor. And when I say overhear, I mean put myself directly in the middle of. It seems Lily is suffering from an illness of sorts. I'm hoping it's the same one Alan had. I then use Ray Santos' car delivery radio command to get me a new vehicle. And his delivery times put Amazon to shame. I've had a message from the last few survivors at the courthouse, and they've asked if I'd pop in for a chat. It turns out they want to join my ragtag team, even though they were having a proper bitch fit about my tactics for survival earlier. But hey, look, I'll let bygones be bygones, hop on in, son. But wait, hang on, why is there only 2 of you? There was dozens scattered around the courthouse earlier. I'm hoping the others just left because you're a pair of annoying fuckers and not because you may have ate them. But hey, look, if they are cannibals, I guess every team needs a bad boy. I'm sure we'll make it work. So I introduced the 2 newbies to the gang, but there's no rest for the wicked. Someone else needs my assistance. Maya Torres has been trapped by the undead. You've got to be absolutely fucking kidding me. But it turns out Ed has got a hell of a sense of humor on him.
Anybody home?
Yeah, you can see her. She's right there.
I think I'm ready to head home now.
I'm not your bloody Uber driver, Torres. He says as he drives her home without a second complaint. But hey, I'm not the one getting the tip, if you know what I mean, lads. It's actually you lot at home. And that tip is to always wear your seatbelt while in a vehicle that's in motion. Especially if I'm at the wheel. Jesus Christ. And with Torres safely home, the next knobheads needing my help is actually the US military. And that is the first and last time those words will ever leave my mouth. We have Sergeant Eric Tan Haag, or whatever his frickin' name is, mourning that Jaden Sancho is the reason for the zombie apocalypse. No, obviously I'm joking, but that seems to be one nasty coffee's got by there. He wants to use some plastic explosives to blow open these gates and show off what his army superiors have been up to. And I love a bad boy, so I agreed to help him fight off the hordes while they plant explosives. Once again, Molotovs never fail me, and then a couple of his boys jump in to lay down a bit of a beating. Well, surprisingly, that was actually incredibly easy, but I think that one is like really enjoying himself. We then take cover as they blow the gates. And look, I'm sure this can't have a negative impact for any of the residents north of here. From here, we're supposed to give him and his boys a lift to the fairgrounds. But before we do that, I find 2 sacks of ammo just lying on the ground. I mean, technically it was by the side of a rotten army corpse, but that's not the point. I take them exactly where they want to go. You know what? Maybe I am actually a fucking Uber driver. I know this to Uber drivers is obviously a very valued profession, but I get the impression these stingy bastards ain't even gonna leave a tip. They're very surprised the area has been abandoned, and the sergeant man's like, listen lad, you steal whatever the fuck you want. I'm off to try and find myself the bigwigs. And you all know I'll follow orders from my commanding officer, so use a little 5-finger discount in this army tent. 2 more sacks of ammo. Very nice. Unfortunately, I do have to defend my new property from some wannabe looters, but after that I safely store the goodies in the boot of my police car. And I don't know what it is, but something just tells me I've got to keep searching. And my god, am I glad I did. Oh my God, grenade launchers? That's right, not just one, but 2 of the bastards. In order to fit everything in my inventory, I'm gonna have to make some sacrifices. I rip apart my pack of quavers and paracetamol before doing exactly the same with the only melee weapon I possess. And that'll either be the smartest or dullest thing I've done in this game. I've also got to destroy a couple of items from the boot of the police car, but who the fuck gives a shit about a rucksack and some homeopathy medicine? I've got stacks of grenade launchers I need to get back to base. And look, if there's one thing that the American system has taught me, is that the right to blow shit up is so much more valuable than the right to heal yourself. So I make my way back to the farm, and I'll be honest, this is the most careful I've ever driven in my life. Not necessarily because there's explosives in the boot. I just want to make sure I can get them home safely so I can actually, like, you know, use them. But don't worry, I'm obviously not going to cock tease you like that. Let's go and test one of these bad boys out. Looks like someone's in trouble, but I know how to sort this. Oh, love it. But it turns out that wasn't even the infestation. It's basically just a mission marker to accept the infestation. So me and Aiden head over to the orchard that's right next to our base. You might remember it from previously, but as we turn up, the infestation clears itself. Wait, what? There was no infestation. How can an orchid be infested? Oh, well, that's an incredibly disappointing way to end.